The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And another day where we're starting in the 60s, getting up to the 90s, so a big 30-degree swing here.
Yes, and our third day above 90 today, which will officially make it a heat wave. I think it's the first time all year we've had 3 90-plus degree days in a row, but we've had several 90-degree days. The main thing, though, this morning, it's a dry heat. So because of that, we start out cool. If this was like what we saw those 90-degree days earlier in the summer, we would be starting out in the mid-70s, upper 70s in parts of our area. But today, it is a cooler start in the low 60s, upper 50s. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Although things are quiet here right now, we are tracking a cold front moving in here from the northwest, and this is going to drive away the very high heat, but along with it too, there's potential for a few downpours and thunderstorms arriving tomorrow, including a few downpours arriving tonight. But for much of the daytime today, it's going to be entirely dry. Again, we're talking dew points in the mid-50s. This is abnormally dry with this heat we usually see here in summertime, which is why, for example, if you're outside today, you can get out of the direct sunlight, go in the shade, and it will feel a lot more comfortable. You can't do that with the high humidity. But either way, highs climb into the low 90s again this afternoon. We're going to track that rainfall coming up in a few minutes, and we'll talk about the potential for the consistency of rainfall, how much rain you could see, and then how long it lasts throughout the rest of the week in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump has agreed to...
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back. Time now 5:11 on this Tuesday morning. If you guys are heading out to work today, like yesterday, it's a comfortable start this morning with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. In fact, a live look outside, early morning twilight, and a lack of fog for the most part due to how dry the air is today. And because of that, you can see the visibility pretty clear across much of the region. Our traffic flow this morning, green across the board, no accidents to report of. And as we look ahead throughout the day today, traffic issues pretty much non-existent. We have lots of sunshine this morning. Again, temperatures in the 50s and 60s, climbing into the low 90s by this afternoon with, again, that low humidity. Lots of sunshine. We get closer to sunset and beyond, and there's potential for a stray downpour overnight tonight. So tonight's not going to be as dry as this previous night, but we're going to be following the rainfall chances into tomorrow. Potentially beneficial rain for some, not all, and we'll have a look at how long that rainfall chance lasts in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. While new dementia cases are expected...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today, we're tracking a lot of sunshine again with temperatures in the low 90s. A live look at downtown Utica outside. Temperature is 61 comfortable degrees out there this morning. And all driven by an area of high pressure yet again. This high has actually shifted more to the east compared to yesterday. It is still dragging in plenty of heat from the south today. Now, later on tonight, there will be some increase in humidity. In fact, we take a look at the dew points right here, and we'll see the dew points climb into the upper 60s by 9-10 p.m., which will be a little bit higher than yesterday. But still, today's highs, low 90s, very warm conditions out there today. So we hit 90 again this afternoon. What does that put us? Well, it puts us at 9 days so far. It's going to be 10 after today. We're going to be doubling our yearly average here in central New York. Normally we see about 5 days above 90 throughout the summer. So if you're wondering if this year was very warm, well, no doubt about it. It has been a lot warmer than usual. The finale of What the Truck takes place tonight, so if you haven't gone out to experience all the great foods from our local food vendors, today's the day to do it. Temperatures in the 90s. Just make sure you stay hydrated, potentially have some of those great lemonades for sale there too. But when it comes to mowing the lawn though, tomorrow and Thursday, probably not the best. Wednesday is a few scattered downpours and thunderstorms, and Thursday, lingering morning rain showers. But today, it's looking dry. So in our Skycast, a dry afternoon turns to a dry evening, but by the overnight hours into early morning tomorrow, we can start to see a few downpours beginning to fire up here and there. Scattered downpours and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, and following that, it quiets down overnight. Then Thursday, as you can see here, a few lingering showers in the late morning and early afternoon. Following that, it does eventually dry up just in time for Friday. So how much rainfall are we talking here? Well, it's a boom or bust event again. This is not one of those events where we're going to get significant beneficial rain. Some of you might get a good downpour, but realistically, we just need a good day-long, steady, light rain, and today, or at least tomorrow, I should say, not quite the case. So your 7-day forecast, following this stretch of rain chances today, or I should say tomorrow and on Thursday, things dry up Friday and Saturday, late Sundays, and we could see a few storms rolling again, similar to tomorrow. So the rainfall chances over the next few days really hit or miss. Hopefully more of a hit, and not so much in terms of thunderstorms, mainly just that beneficial rain, and a lot of lawns are pretty brown out there, Gary.
Yeah, they definitely are crunchy, as you mentioned yesterday, that's for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:20, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore, and if you loved yesterday's pool weather, get ready for another. Eric, you were mentioning this is the third straight day we'll see 90 degrees.
Yeah, that's right. Another hot one today. Plenty of sunshine. You mentioned it. Yeah, great pool weather today. Let's take a look at what it's like outside this morning. And again, due to that lower humidity, temperatures this morning starting out in the 60s. So it's a very comfortable start to the day today with plenty of clear skies. And although weather looks quiet for the daytime hours today, to our west, right here near Toronto, where we're tracking a few thunderstorms firing up along the line of a cold front. Now, this is expected to push its way east and arrive later on tonight after sunset. And of course, after sunset, they begin to weaken, and maybe a few downpours are possible, rumble of thunder as well. But for the most part, it's expected to be a dry day today, and then things turn more unsettled as we head into tonight. Low humidity with dew points in the mid-50s to start your day today, and throughout the afternoon, again, highs climb into the low 90s. We're going to track that rainfall that arrives tonight into tomorrow, how much rain we could see, if there is any more on the horizon, or will this dry stretch continue? All that and more straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump has...
Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Tuesday morning. Like yesterday, we'll see temperatures in the 90s, dry weather, with a chance for rain arriving tonight through tomorrow. In the meantime, though, our photo of the day today, check this out right here. This was sent in from an anonymous submitter. John sent the photo yesterday. I did not take that out yet, but shout out to John again, I guess. This photo here sent in Waterville of the August sunrise. Look at that sunshine there out in the distance, and of course wildfire smoke obviously playing an influence on the color here, but just an amazing shot right there. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Looking for anything weather related, anything outdoor nature related to showcase the beauty of our area here in central New York. Just send it right in, and have the chance of it featured right here on Sunrise every weekday morning. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A new wave of tariffs when
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
It's a sunny start today, and we'll continue to see lots of sunshine like yesterday. Pretty much a repeat of the high heat and lower humidity. Live look at downtown Utica outside. You can see the very vibrant sunrise out there right now, at least a lot less haze in the sky like last Tuesday. 61 the temperature this morning. So high pressure was in place here yesterday. Today it's a bit more out to the east, but it's still dragging in a lot of that heat from the south into our area, which is going to bring those temperatures into the low 90s. Humidity today will be a little bit higher, dew points in the low 60s, eventually upper 60s tonight. This is where we start to really feel that humidity, mid 60s and above. So it's going to be a little bit more humid than yesterday, but still, compared to previous 90-plus degree days we've had in the past, it's not going to be that hot. But it feels like temperature you can see here creeping up into the low to mid 90s. So stay hydrated today with the warmer temperatures expected. So we officially, or at least will likely hit 90 today. Where does that put us? Well, it puts us at 9 today, going into 10 once we hit 90 this afternoon, doubling our yearly average of 5 days above 90, usually in central New York. So to say this is a warmer than average year, pretty justified. Also, with the sunshine we're experiencing today, it's going to be a great afternoon to go out to What the Truck. The finale is tonight, with fireworks too. So get out and enjoy it while we still have this event, a summertime staple here in central New York. Still, though, if you need to do any yard work, today's your best bet. Yes, it's hot, but it's going to be dry. In fact, actually, I should say some of you might not. You really want to be mowing the lawn with the lack of rainfall. But if you were blessed with rainfall, your lawn's looking nice, go ahead and do it today. Tomorrow and Thursday, we're tracking some rain chances, primarily on Wednesday. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So let's track those rain chances here. Lots of sunshine today, dry weather, highs in the 90s. Tonight, a few passing isolated downpours and showers. Tomorrow afternoon is where things get a little bit more on the busy side. A few scattered thunderstorms, hit or miss, not widespread, and they don't really last too long, maybe 15, 20 minutes of moderate to heavy rainfall. Thursday in the early afternoon, same story, a passing shower or downpour, and you can see the rainfall chances across the state here. They're sporadic. Not everyone sees it, so it's luck of the draw. If you get with a downpour, consider yourself lucky that you got blessed with rain, because following this stretch Wednesday and Thursday, it dries out again Friday and Saturday. Now, of course, can't really complain too much if it's sunny and dry on Friday and for Saturday. That's not bad at all. Showers and storms arrive Sunday. Similar pattern to this coming Wednesday, so hit or miss showers and storms. But for now, it's a nice day outside today. Just stay cool, enjoy the heat with the 90-plus degree days that we're going to be seeing less and less of as the season moves on.
Yeah, at least it's low humidity, so it's not too bad out there. Eric, thanks. Well, are you looking for that extra special item? We know just
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And I think that guy at the Levitt Amp should be on Dancing with the Stars. He's pretty good.
You guys are great moves. Better than my moves for 100%.
That's
but
for sure.
Today, it's great dancing weather. Temperature is in the 60s this morning. In fact, a live look at those conditions out there. 61 in Rome, 55 Hamilton. We'll see those highs climb straight up into the 90s again this afternoon, just like yesterday. So another hot one out there. Humidity really not so high, but we will start to see it increase throughout the late afternoon and early evening. So the radar right now is showing a lot of interference near the surface right here in the light green. But we are tracking is what's along this line right here. This is this front moving in. It's going to take a while. It's going to arrive after sunset tonight and then produce a few scattered thunderstorms and downpours throughout the day tomorrow. So we'll track that coming up in a few minutes. But this morning, the main story, it's refreshing out. 47 the dew point in Saranac Lake, so it is a very refreshing humidity out there today. Comfortable this morning. Out west, dew points in the low 60s, so you will start to feel a slight bit of humidity today, but it's not going to be that high just yet. Tonight, again, is when it really starts to kick in. But again, look at the temperatures today. Low 90s is our third day above 90s expected. And this maybe could be one of the last 90-plus degree stretches here in summer. Usually as we get closer to late August is when the chances get a lot lower. But we'll track that plus the rainfall chances of the next few days coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump has agreed to...
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise. We're going to take a look at your commute cast here in a second. First off, we take a look right now at the morning twilight turning sunrise in a few seconds. A great shot of that sunshine eclipsing over the hills in Oneonta this morning. And the morning twilight in Utica, of course. Visibility, no fog here locally. Glens Falls appears to be the area where fog is trying to form right now. It is also trying to form out in the far reaches of Oneonta, heading down closer to Delaware County, but for now, much of the area is fog-free. Traffic tracker, mainly green across the board. There is one crash to notify you guys about. It's on Route 12 right next to the town of Paris. There's a crash both ways on Route 17 near Fountain Street right here. So it looks to be right near the intersection right here, right along Route 12. So just a heads up, if you're heading along Route 12 this morning, just make sure you're aware of the potential accident again near Paris. So today we start out dry, sunshine, temperatures in the 50s and 60s. This afternoon we warm up quickly, around 30 degrees into the 90s this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. Humidity slowly starting to rise. It was a low humidity yesterday. Today a little bit more noticeable, but by tonight we really will start to feel it. And then comes the potential for rainfall. We'll track that rain coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Thanks. While new dementia cases are...
We track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. On this Tuesday, another sunny day expected today with temperatures soaring back into the 90s. A look outside in downtown Utica, gorgeous blue skies out there. When it comes to fog potential, looking at the latest satellite imagery here, it's looking relatively fog-free. A few isolated pockets in parts of the southern tier and out near the capital region, but today, it's dry. Now, this is the high pressure we were tracking yesterday. Now, it has shifted more to the east, but it's still dragging in all that hot air from the south. And I do think it's going to start dragging in more of the maritime tropical air, which in simpler terms means more humid air from the south, as it drags it over the parts of the Atlantic Ocean there. So that's going to start to see the higher temperatures and the slightly higher humidity today, going from the dew points in the mid-60s by this middle this afternoon into the upper 60s by this evening and overnight. Still, though, the temperatures will be soaring into the low 90s by 1 to 3 p.m. So, with the first official heat wave of the summer taking place today when we hit 90 degrees, it's actually not a very uncommon number here in central New York this year. Nearing 10 once we hit 90 today. Our yearly average sits at 5. So we're going to double that average for this year, the amount of 90-plus degree days we've seen so far. The finale for What the Truck takes place tonight. If you haven't gone out and to enjoy all the local food vendors, get out and enjoy it today. There's fireworks, too, at the conclusion. You got nice weather for it. Still very warm, but looking dry. And if you are not planning on going and just want to do some yard work today, again, you got great weather, dry, I should say. It is a little hot out there, but rain chances arrive tomorrow and linger in the early to middle part of Thursday, so your best bet of doing the yard work would be today. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So, when are those rain chances arriving? Specifically, we take a look right here in the Skycast. We start out dry today. It's dry for the most part overnight tonight into early tomorrow. That's when we could see a straight downpour to start your day. And then by the early afternoon, a few scattered thunderstorms pass over us. Not really widespread. They're scattered in nature. And then by Thursday, same story. A few downpours, rumbles of thunder by the early afternoon. But when it comes to rainfall, it's not really widespread. Look at this map here. Some of us lucky, some of us not so much. So it's basically luck of the draw whether you get any beneficial rain over the next few days. Following these rain chances tomorrow and Thursday, it dries out again. Friday and Saturday, plenty of sunshine. So I guess we can't complain too much about the weather for this coming weekend. But then by Sunday, another chance for some showers and thunderstorms to move through. Same thing, scattered, so not any significant steady rain. Usually that's reserved for the changing seasons, but for now it's still expected to be a very dry pattern with plenty of heat still on the way.
And today, use that sunscreen, all sun all day.
Oh, of course, stay outside. You got that sunscreen available.
Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter once again. And thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore, and that extreme heat will be extended into today for yet a third day of 90-degree temperatures. Eric is over in the Weather Center, and Eric, officially now a heat wave, right?
Yeah, we hit 90 today. We'll be in a heat wave, 3 days above 90. And despite it being hot this afternoon, this morning it's actually not too bad out there. We take a look at the temperatures here. 61 in Rome, 55 Hamilton, 66 Syracuse. In fact, the hot spot's actually in western New York, 72 in Buffalo and Rochester. A little cooler up in Saranac Lake at 50 degrees. Radar right now is dry here locally, but we are tracking that frontal boundary out in right in between Toronto and Buffalo, right across the border of Canada into New York State. So while that's in place, we're going to see that slight increase in humidity throughout the morning and afternoon. It'll really start to ramp up this evening ahead of that front moving in. Temperatures, or at least dew points, in the mid-50s, so still comfortable humidity today. And then those temperatures, of course, climbing from the 60s up into the 90s this afternoon, officially, of course, making it a heat wave. So it's another hot and dry one today. There will be the chance for some thunderstorms and showers overnight and through tomorrow. We'll track those, how much rain we could see, how widespread it is, all that and more in that full forecast in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. President Trump.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Tuesday morning. Our photo of the day today takes us to a great shot sent into us from Waterville. And look at this sunrise right here. Obviously, this was influenced by the wildfire smoke we had last week, but you can just see the vibrant reds and just a gorgeous shot of the hues and the sunshine out in the distance. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, send it to the link right there in the top of your screen, wktv.com/weather/pics. So, today's weather going to be very warm, temperatures in the 90s. As we head throughout the afternoon, humidity slowly starts to rise, and we'll see that, or at least we'll feel that a lot more evidently as we head into the evening and overnight hours, with the dew points in the 60s. Following today, though, it does cool down a little bit, but if you consider this a cool down, well, this is typical summertime weather right here. So we're going to track that, plus the potential for rain Wednesday and Thursday, all that and more coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A new wave of tariffs went into effect.
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
the low 90s by this afternoon. We take a look at downtown Utica outside. Beautiful scenery out there this morning. Temperatures starting out at 61 degrees. And again, those temperatures climb quickly throughout the day today. High pressure in place here this afternoon into this evening. However, this is what was here yesterday. It has shifted more to the east, but still it's dragging in all that high heat. However, I do think we're getting a lot more of that humidity getting dragged in from the South Atlantic versus the inland drier air, which we were getting influenced by yesterday. So after a cooler start, look at that increase about 30 or something degrees by this afternoon. The dew points starting out low, but they will increase a little bit as we head into this afternoon. Still same story though, a very warm day, highs in the low 90s. So when we hit 90 degrees today, this will be the 10th day, doubling our average. Right now we sit at 9, but of course today we'll hit 10. And it goes to show you just how warm this year has been, not just with the days above 90, but the consistency of that high heat, especially in July with all that higher humidity as well. The finale for What the Truck takes place tonight. You got great weather for it. If you haven't stopped by yet to check out all the great food vendors, you got a great event for it. Along with that, too, there's fireworks tonight, too. So get out and enjoy it today. If you are just planning on doing yard work, though, today, you got warm but dry weather for it. However, tomorrow and Thursday, we're tracking some rain chances, especially some storm chances here, too. We'll show that in a lot more detail here in a second. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So here's the timing and situation with what's going on with the rainfall the next few days. We start out dry, temperatures in the upper 80s, low 90s this afternoon. A few spotty downpours overnight tonight, lows in the 60s and 70s. Then by tomorrow afternoon, early afternoon, a few downpours and thunderstorms pass over us. They're scattered. It won't be a steady, consistent rain, but hit or miss showers and storms possible. Then Thursday, a few lingering downpours here and there by the early afternoon, but then things dry up again by Friday. And as you can see here on this rainfall map, it's hit or miss when it comes to shower and storm chances, at least the amount of rainfall we see. So it's luck of the draw, whether you're going to get some relief to that this very dry weather pattern. So 7-day forecast, Wednesday, Thursday, highs upper 80s, low 90s, cooling down into the low 80s by the end of the week. Drying up, though, Friday and Saturday, sunny. Then some more storm chances on Sunday. So we got plenty of sunshine, though, plenty of high heat to deal with over the next few days.
We better enjoy it while we have it.
Of course we will.
Yeah, winter's coming. Eric, thanks. Well, if you're looking for that extra special item.
With Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We begin this noon with yet another 90-degree. We're not quite there yet, but 90's on its way.
Oh, yeah, easily going to hit 90 this afternoon, and that'll set the stage for our first heat wave of the year.
Welcome, right?
Yeah, welcome to the heat wave, everybody. It only took till mid-August, but here's a look at the temperatures right now. This is the actual temperatures, no heat index, not factoring that in right now, but I'll factor that in coming up in just a few minutes. But you can see here, 86 officially in Rome, 89, almost 90 in Rochester right now. And at this time of year, our warmest time of the day usually is around 1:30 between 1:30 and 2:30 in the afternoon due to how late the sun begins to set. We look at the live view of the radar right now. Again, things are dry here, but we're still tracking some activity out here near Buffalo, Toronto. This is where the storms are firing up earlier this morning, and just the front's taking a while to arrive. By this evening, after sunset tonight, there is potential for some storms to begin to roll in, but most of them will likely arrive with maybe a stray shower by early tomorrow morning. The humidity is slightly higher than yesterday, dew points in the mid-60s. Once we get into the upper 60s to near 70, especially out in western New York, that's where you really start to notice that very humid air. So again, today's high temperatures climbing into the low 90s with a very warm day expected. Following today, we're going to track our chances for rainfall tomorrow and on Thursday. Who sees it, how much we see, and of course, all the details on that rainfall forecast coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 2 Utica murder suspects charged.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, still, the heat is on. Now, we will be seeing a little more humidity, especially by the evening, but we'll see plenty of sunshine. A live look at downtown Utica. Blue skies out there. It is a very warm 86 degrees in Utica, a few degrees shy from officially hitting 90. And, of course, this is all driven in by high pressure dragging in some very hot air from the south. We turn our attention, though, to what's coming in the next few days. And we got this cold front right now in the Midwest near Minneapolis, the Twin Cities area. And as it pushes its way east, it's going to fire up a few thunderstorms. Now, these storms are not expected to be widespread, but there could be a few pockets of downpours that could produce maybe some beneficial rainfall, but I wouldn't count on seeing it. At least this is not a slam dunk. Everyone sees rainfall, and I'll show you why. Still, though, today's highs in the 90s feels like temperatures a little warmer because the dew points climbing into the upper 60s by this evening and overnight. And so when we hit 90 this afternoon, we're still a few more degrees to go, but more likely than not, we're going to hit it. It'll officially be 10 days we hit 90 in Utica, or at least the Griffiths Basin Rome area. It's at 9 right now. We're just 1 degree or 1 day shy. Our average is around 5. So put that in perspective on how frequent we have these 90+ degree days here the past year compared to average. It's warmer, for lack of a better term here. But today, even though it's very warm, it's still sunny out. Enjoy the summertime weather. The finale of What the Truck is tonight. You got beautiful weather for it. Temperatures in the 90s, as well as for the Herkimer County Fair. You got great weather for it, too. And if you want to do some lawn mowing, I know the lawns, at least for a lot of you, some are very brown. Mow it on high if you have to, with the lack of rainfall. Still, tomorrow and Thursday, not best for mowing due to the dry, or at least the rainfall arriving tomorrow. And just, if you want to hold off to maybe Friday or Saturday, you get definitely better weather for that there, too. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So here's what I mean by the rainfall not really being a slam dunk. So we're tracking this cold front moving in, and as it arrives from the west, it's going to fire up a few isolated downpours early in the morning, followed by a few scattered thunderstorms, keyword scattered, by the afternoon. So not everyone sees it. In fact, it might pass over some spots with no rain at all. Other pockets, maybe half an inch of rain to an inch. We'll see how these storms fire up. And then on Thursday, the trailing cold front behind it could fire up a few scattered thunderstorms, hopefully more. Listen, I'm not someone who wants us to usher in a lot of rainfall, but at least if we get just more consistent rain to kind of put away some of these dry patterns here. Because as you can see, the pockets of rainfall accumulation across the Northeast, this is not widespread rainfall. So that's what I mean by saying it's luck of the draw if you get hit with it or not. So tomorrow and Thursday are our best shot for rain over the next few days. Then it dries up Friday and Saturday. So have any Friday or Saturday plans so far? Weather's looking pretty nice. Some thunderstorms arrive late Sunday, and then things will cool down a little bit late in the early part of next week. But for now, it's very warm and very sunny today,
That's
Gary.
for sure. Use that sunscreen.
Oh, definitely.
A lot
have
of
to use
sun
that.
today. Well, for the past decade, the Levitt Amp Music Series. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, the key word here is for, at least when I hit the ball. You got to watch out.
Yes, watch out. I mean, mine might go in the trees, might just miss it entirely, but it's the fun in the game,
That's
right? But for those of you who are professionals today, or maybe just novice like me, great golfing weather today. Yes, it's a little hot out. You want to grab some extra waters when you head to the course today, but again, it's dry, it's sunny, and enjoy the golfing weather before golfing really not too prevalent in the later months of the year. Temperatures across the area in the mid-80s right now, approaching 90 out in western New York near Rochester, 92 by the way in Dansville. So it's very hot this afternoon, and it's going to be very warm tonight. Enough for a couple of these downpours to when they push into our area, still remain as rain showers before falling apart. Dew points still slowly rising. We are in the mid to low 60s right now in that dew point category, so it's still slightly muggy out, but you will start to notice that humidity, especially by tonight. So again, today's highs in the low 90s. By the overnight hours, we're back into the 70s, a few passing downpours and showers, and then a better shot for rainfall tomorrow and on Thursday. We're going to track those rainfall chances coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Austin, Texas police.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Lots of sunshine out there today, and the heat definitely continuing to kick in. And we look at the heat index for parts of our area. We're at 87, a degree higher than our temperature right now in Rome. Pockets of western New York in the mid-90s, 95 in Dansville, 90 in Ithaca, 91 Syracuse, 93 in Rochester. So that's where all that heat is right now, and that's, of course, the leading edge of the approaching cold front that arrives later on tonight into early tomorrow. So we have that surge of heat, that humidity, again, mainly just ahead of this frontal boundary. And as we zoom out here, this is the approaching system. So we have some storms ahead of the front right here, but there's the actual front, and that's one of a couple of fronts that move into our area. Basic story is it's going to fire up a few thunderstorms along the line, and we'll track those here in a second. Today's highs, low 90s, mid 90s with that heat index. Either way, it's a very hot day, and we will enter our third day, likely third day of 90-plus degrees, which puts our count going from 9 officially right now to when we hit 90 today, which will go to 10, doubling our yearly average of 90-plus degree days. So if you're thinking that this year has been abnormally warm, well, you're not imagining things. It has been very warm indeed. But still, even though it's very warm out, don't let that stop you from enjoying the summertime heat. This is not dangerous heat. It's just precautionary heat. Make sure you just stay hydrated, put on some sunscreen, enjoy the summertime weather. Highs in the 90s this afternoon with plenty of sun. Great for going out to the finale of What the Truck. Enjoy some local food vendors, and of course, enjoy the firework finale that takes place tonight there too. Also, you have the Herkimer County Fair, which will be opening today. Well, more on that coming up in a couple of minutes. Today, still though, great mowing weather. Tomorrow, not so much, with a few thunderstorms. Thursday, some lingering rain showers. So if you want to mow the lawn, maybe hold off to maybe Friday or Saturday. Well, a lot of you might not really have a whole lot of lawn to mow right now, but if you do, mow it on high because the grass gets less strained on in dry stretches like this. So let's time out the rain chances. So today it's dry, it's sunny. Tonight, pretty quiet, a few isolated downpours firing up. Then by tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon, we see a few passing thunderstorms fire up. And these are scattered, not really that widespread. Then same thing as we head into Thursday. A few lingering downpours here and there with a few showers, drying up by the evening and overnight. And then Friday, looking quiet and dry as well. So who sees the rain and how much do you see? Well, look at the differences here. Some pockets of central New York, or even New York State in general, nothing at all. Other pockets, 1-2 inches of rain. So it's really dependent on where you are. These storms are not going to fire up with an organized form. They're going to fire up at random. We know they're coming. Just hopefully we get more of a steadier, heavy shower with no wind gusts, no significant lightning, because we need the rain, Gary.
Yeah.
And we need just a good, steady rain. And this might not be the case this time, but we can only hope.
Yeah, we definitely need it.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Happening today, the opening.
Herkimer County Fair. The gates opened just about an hour ago for the 6-day run.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis live in Frankfort tonight with your forecast.
A hot day to be outdoors. We're live here at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds where temperatures are in the mid-90s this evening. If you're coming down to the fair, it is going to cool down. It's going to be a lot more comfortable here as we head into this evening. There's fireworks tonight at 10 o'clock, and it's going to be a lot more comfortable by that point. It should be a really nice night for that, too. Let's take a look at the radar. It is dry. It's been bone dry for this month of August. We haven't had any rain at all yet, but we have the chance of seeing some rain tomorrow as a cold front rolls through. Current temperature 93 degrees. This is the hottest day so far this year. It ties July 7th. That was also 93. But the humidity it's up a little bit compared to yesterday, but it's still not terribly high, dew point 61. It's going to be a great evening to head out to the fair. Just remember to stay hydrated. Temperatures will be in the 80s this evening, so again, we will cool off pretty quickly, especially after sunset, which nowadays is around a little after 8 o'clock. We are tracking an end to this heat wave. Again, this is the third day in a row temperatures hit 90, but we've got some cooler weather ahead. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason and Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. St. Peter's Catholic Church in Rome now.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. I'm live here at the Herkimer County Fair. It is an absolutely beautiful day. It's a hot day, though, so if you are coming down here, it is going to be a lot more comfortable this evening, but just remember you're going to need to stay hydrated. There is shade here, although it's still pretty sunny out for now, but there will be more people coming in as we get past 6 o'clock. The rides will be opening up, and there's going to be a lot of things to do here. It should be a very fun evening to be out and about. Again, weather-wise, we made it into the 90s again. This is the third day in a row. That makes it an official heat wave. This heat wave comes to an end tomorrow. I don't think we're going to hit 90. We'll get pretty close, but the change is going to be a cold front that comes in. So we are tracking some changes in the weather. Thunderstorms are possible in the afternoon, and then it's back to sunshine. So those thunderstorms, by the way, are not going to affect everyone. So there will be the chance of rain tomorrow, but it doesn't look like it's going to be something that affects everyone. We definitely could use the rain. It's been very, very dry this month of August. No rain so far for the whole month. 93 degrees is the current temperature. This also ties for the hottest day so far this year. Lots and lots of sunshine. Our temperature trend will keep us in the 80s throughout the week. It does cool off a little bit as we head towards Friday. Then we're hot again on Saturday, 88 degrees. Temperatures will remain in the 80s throughout the weekend. We have a dome of high pressure that's been just driving our weather, and it's been a very slow mover, which has kept us dry and sunny for the past several days. Well, this is going to change. A cold front's going to move in from the west. A couple of showers in western New York tonight. We can track it on our Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Temperatures will drop into the upper 60s, so it's going to be a warm night. The last several nights have been fairly comfortable, but you will notice a change tonight with the increase in humidity. Tomorrow, a few scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Again, not everybody gets wet. The severe weather risk is pretty low. It's not zero, but we don't have a lot of wind in the atmosphere tomorrow, so those storms are not really expected to be out of control. Temperatures will drop into the 70s here heading into tomorrow night. On Thursday, we could see a shower early in the day, but most of the day looks dry, breezy, and less humid with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Tonight, mostly clear, low temperature of 69, so good night to run the air conditioner. Tomorrow, it's going to be another very warm day, but it just won't be as hot. Temperatures climb into the mid 80s with the chance for some scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Dry Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Temperatures will be in the 80s. Another cold front arrives on Sunday that brings us the chance for a few thunderstorms, 85. And then it does cool off Monday and Tuesday. Sunshine, temperatures in the upper 70s. And again, a great evening to get out and enjoy. Also a reminder, too, fireworks tonight, 10 o'clock at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Have fun.
As college students prepare to leave the
184th season.
And that's where we find the rides, the food, and of course, the chief meteorologist, Bill Curtis.
It's a lovely evening to be out. I know it's very warm, but it's going to become a lot more comfortable. So if you're heading out to the Herkimer County Fair, again, expect for a much more comfortable evening compared to what we're dealing with now. It's pretty hot out there. We're in the 90s right now. Keep that in mind, too, if you're taking your dog out for a walk. Wait until later this evening to go out, or better yet, go out in the morning when it's a lot more comfortable. Temperatures will be in the 90s over the next couple of hours. We'll cool off into the 80s after sunset. Tonight's featured dog, Kona, from Rome. This is brought to you by Nissan. We're looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it's in the 90s for the third day in a row. 93 degrees, the current temperature. making for an official heat wave. That's when 3 days in a row hit 90 degrees. This is also the 10th 90-degree day that we've had this year. The average is only 5. Great evening to get out. Temperatures are going to be a lot more comfortable. We'll be in the 80s. We're tracking some very much needed rainfall for tomorrow, at least the chance for a few thunderstorms. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason and Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you.
A new business in Illinois.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. I'm live down here at the Herkimer County Fair. It is opening day. The weather is very nice. It's very warm. So if you're coming down here, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. There's plenty of beverages down here too. It is going to be a much more comfortable evening. They do have fireworks tonight. The weather is going to be dry too. Let's take a look at our weather headlines. Third day in a row, temperatures hit 90 degrees. It makes it an official heat wave. That's pretty hard to do around here. We typically have 5 days that hit 90 degrees. Getting them 3 days in a row is not as common as you might think. But again, it is an official heat wave as of this afternoon. We are tracking the end to this heat wave tomorrow. There will be a few thunderstorms that roll in tomorrow afternoon. Not everybody gets the rain. We definitely need it. We haven't had any rain so far for most of the area throughout this entire month. Back to sunshine here as we head into tomorrow. I should say Thursday. 93 degrees, lots of sunshine. That's the current temperature. This is also the warmest day we've had so far this year. It ties with July 7th. The humidity is up a little bit compared to yesterday, but yesterday was a really dry day. Not as much, not so much as of today. Temperatures are going to remain in the 80s. Again, some thunderstorms will be arriving tomorrow. Cool off a little bit. Temperatures will be in the mid 80s Thursday, low 80s Friday, and then we're back into the upper 80s heading into the weekend. The bigger picture shows just a gradual change in the weather. We have a big dome of high pressure that's slowly moving to the east. There's just not a lot of things moving in the atmosphere, but one thing that will move in tomorrow is a cold front. It's not a strong one, but it is going to be enough to create a few thunderstorms. There's not a lot of wind in the atmosphere tomorrow, so any chance for strong storms will be pretty limited, mainly producing some locally heavy rainfall tomorrow afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Good night turn the air conditioner. We've been saying that a lot this summer. Temperatures tonight will be in the upper 60s, one of the warmer nights we've seen so far this week. A few scattered thunderstorms arrive tomorrow. Again, not everybody gets wet. Temperatures climb into the mid 80s. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy skies. There could be a brief shower heading into early Thursday, but for the most part, we're back to sunshine and some cooler weather to follow. Highs in the low 80s here on Thursday afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear, down to 69. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms. Temperatures climb into the mid 80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We're looking at dry weather Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Temperatures remain in the 80s. We don't get quite as hot over the next 7 days, although we get as high as 88 on Saturday. Mostly sunny skies. Another cold front arrives Sunday, and that brings widespread storms. 85 degrees, some noticeably cooler weather Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s with partly sunny skies. Again, tracking some lovely weather here. If you're heading out to the Herkimer County Fair, should be a lovely evening ahead. We'll be right back.
It's the annual Herkimer County Fair. The food is frying, and so are fairgoers.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis enjoying the sunshine and the heat in Frankfort tonight.
It is a really nice day out. I know it's hot. Temperatures are in the 90s, but one thing I love about summer is that it's hot during the day, but it's a lot more comfortable in the evening and the morning. So there are times where you can still get out and enjoy it. Great evening to get out and enjoy here at the Herkimer County Fair. We have more people that are starting to come in. Doors opened earlier today. They've got fireworks tonight. It's going to be dry. We don't have to worry about any rain today. You actually could use it though. Let's take a look at the radar again. Looking dry this evening. We haven't had any rain recorded at Griffiths and Rome so far this month. 92 degrees, the third day in a row. Temperatures have hit 90, making it an official heat wave. It's also the 10th day where temperatures have been in the 90s so far this season. We typically average 5 for the summer. Great evening to enjoy. Temperatures will stay in the 80s. It'll become a lot more comfortable as we head towards sunset. And again, we are tracking some much needed rainfall. Some thunderstorms are possible tomorrow. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason and Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thanks. More than 16,000.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are live here at the Herkimer County Fair. It is a lovely evening to get out and enjoy some great food, some entertainment. Fireworks tonight at 10 o'clock. And guess what? We don't have to worry about any rain. I know in the past this used to be an issue, but we're in the middle of a very dry weather pattern. We do have the chance for rain tomorrow. There will be a couple of thunderstorms in the afternoon, but it's back to sunshine for the most part here for the rest of the week. We also hit 90 degrees for the third time in a row, making it an official heat wave. I don't think that we're going to do this tomorrow. This should be the end of the heat wave. Current temperature 92 degrees. The humidity is up compared to yesterday, but dew point of 62 is not super high for days like this. But again, you might notice the humidity more today compared to yesterday. Temperatures will stay in the 80s throughout the week. I think we'll miss 90 tomorrow. It's going to be pretty close. Looking at highs in the mid to upper 80s. 85 Thursday, 83 Friday. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s heading into the weekend. The weather patterns have been very quiet. We've got this big dome of high pressure that's just been sitting across the Northeast for the past several days. We've had wall-to-wall sunshine for the most part for multiple days in a row. This high is going to move to the east, and we are tracking a cold front that will move in from the west. It's not a very strong front, which means it doesn't produce a lot of weather. In fact, I think there may be some places tomorrow that don't see any rain at all, which we really could use the rain. We haven't had any rain reported at Griffiths at all this month, and it's been getting very dry. We've been running a rainfall deficit over the past several weeks. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, a good night to run the air conditioner. It's going to be a lot warmer tonight than the last several nights because we have more humidity in store. So overnight lows will drop into the upper 60s. Now tomorrow, again, with that cold front rolling in, we start out the day dry, but we could have a few scattered thunderstorms. The ingredients aren't there for any strong storms, but still a couple of rumbles of thunder, lightning possible in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the mid 80s. The front moves to the east tomorrow night. On Thursday, we could see a very brief shower in the morning, but then the majority of the day looks pretty quiet with breezy conditions and sunshine. Temperatures climb into the low to mid 80s. For tonight, overnight lows drop into the upper 60s. Mostly clear skies tomorrow. Looking at scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Another warm afternoon, and it will be a little bit more humid tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid 80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast for dry Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Partly to mostly sunny skies. Nice start to the weekend, but it's hot Saturday, 88. Cold front arrives Sunday. Widespread thunderstorms expected, 85. Cooler weather to follow. Temperatures in the upper 70s on Monday. Partly sunny skies Tuesday with highs near 80. But again, a lovely evening here in Herkimer. A great start to the Herkimer County Fair. Back over to you.
All right, sounds great. Ice cream right behind you if you do get overwhelmed by the heat.
Absolutely. It's the best way to do it. All right. Still to come on News Channel 2. Our first look at the forecasts with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Welcome back. Haven't had seen you since last week.
I've been just all over the place.
You have. How was the fair?
The fair was fantastic. It was a great evening. It was hot, but I mean, it's nice to have dry weather this time of the year.
What do we got tonight, though?
We've got clear skies. The Perseid meteor shower peaks, and I've been hearing that this has been overperforming. This has been a pretty nice show over the past couple of nights. You want to look to the northeastern sky. It peaks between 2 to 4 a.m., but we've had a lot of people mention seeing meteors really anytime over the past couple of hours, the past couple of days. So you want to just spend some time outdoors tonight before you go to bed. I think it's worthwhile, and maybe you'll get lucky and see a shooting star or two. Again, this peaks tonight. Sky conditions should be clear. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, looking pretty quiet out there. A comfortable night to go out and look at shooting stars. 76 degrees. The dew point is up to 66, and it is going to be a pretty warm night. We drop into the upper 60s, so a good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. It is going to be a pretty uncomfortable night for sleeping. We've got an end to this heat wave, along with the chance for some rain. Look at your forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. National Guard troops begin arriving.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Over 16,000 people statewide have applied to go back to college as an adult. Governor Hochul began the rollout of the free community college program for adults ages 25 to 55 back in May. This program is part of her mission to make education more affordable and accessible. Hochul gathered with students and staff at LaGuardia Community College to talk about helping adult learners go back to school and enter in high-demand fields.
Upwards of $5,000 to help them not just survive, but thrive. So I'm going to continue on this focus, making New York safer, more affordable, and giving people the dignity of an education which is going to open so many doors, especially for all those new jobs, and many of those careers are taught right here at LaGuardia Community College.
This program will provide adult students with an education from CUNY or SUNY campuses with tuition.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Today was a very warm day. In fact, it's the hottest day so far this year. We hit 94 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. The previous high temperature, 93, back on July 7th. This also marks the 10th day this year where temperatures have made it into the 90s, and also the third day in a row where temperatures have made it into the 90s. This stretch of weather makes it an official heat wave, getting 3 days in a row at or above 90. That's hard to do considering we get 5 days on average of temperatures in the 90s throughout the whole year. So to string them off 3 days in a row is pretty tough to do. Again, these stats are very specific to Griffiths and Rome. This heat wave comes to an end tomorrow. We have a cold front on the way. This is going to bring the chance for thunderstorms and much needed rainfall. We haven't had any rain reported at Griffiths for this month at all. So this is our first chance for rain. 13 days into the month, there will be the chance for a few gusty winds and locally heavy rainfall tomorrow afternoon. And I think as we're watching this cold front come through, not every place gets hit. So there will be some places that don't get rainfall tomorrow. Reminder, you can always download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app and get weather information on the go. Tonight, the weather looks quiet. We've got humidity in store. It's going to keep things pretty warm tonight. Good night to run the air conditioner. It's a humid day tomorrow, but the humidity starts to back off. Thursday, it turns less humid. It's comfy Friday, and then the humidity picks up a little bit for Saturday. High pressure in control of our weather, but that is going to change. Again, this cold front moves in from the west, and we will be seeing a few scattered showers and storms with it tomorrow. Tonight, overnight lows drop down to the upper 60s. Tomorrow, we start out the day dry. There could be a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon. And again, not everybody gets wet. Temperatures will make their way into the mid-80s. Cold front moves to the east. The humidity drops. There could be a lingering shower early Thursday. But then we do get a chance to dry out and start to cool down. Clear skies tonight, low of 67. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Very warm, very humid, just not quite as hot as today. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Thursday, 85. It does cool down a little bit. Friday, 83. We're up to 88 Saturday, mostly sunny. Another cold front arrives Sunday. Widespread storms possible. And we do expect a cool down, highs in the upper 70s by Monday.
Still beautiful weather. I mean, a little bit of rain isn't going to hurt. It's going to help, actually.
We actually could really use it, yeah.
Thank you, Bill. Still the time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. And Perseid meteor shower.
Yeah.
Got a chance to see it tonight.
Yeah, this is really cool. I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but I want to make mention, I didn't get a time to put this on television, but a lot of people were seeing something really interesting in the night sky.
We got some video sent in, too.
We do, and I will be putting this on in a couple of minutes. I'll show you this, but this is a rocket. So if you saw something strange in the night sky, it's a rocket launch. More details on that in just a second. But yeah, it's a great night to be out and about. A lot of people were out looking at the night sky, looking for meteors. We have the Perseid meteor shower tonight. We've got great viewing of that. Thinking about 20 to 30 meteors per hour. It peaks tonight between 2 to 4 a.m. Look to the northeastern night sky for video or for shooting stars. And again, we've got clear skies locally. It looks beautiful out there tonight. It's warm, 75 degrees, the current temperature. We've got some humidity. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 60s. We are tracking some humidity overnight. Good night to run the air conditioner. But a cold front is going to put an end to this hot weather. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. National Guard troops began arriving in.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. You probably have seen this on social media if you've been looking at this tonight. Some of you might have seen this in the night sky too. This is a rocket launch that took place at about 10:30. So this was about an hour ago. We were kind of surprised that we were able to see this here in central New York. This came from Cape Canaveral. And from what I've been reading about, what we're seeing here is the second stage burnout. So this was pretty high in the atmosphere and it had this really cool shape. This picture from John Matthews. And again, a lot of folks seeing this flooding my inbox tonight, which I don't mind. Because, again, very surprising to see something like this here. But, again, rocket launch 10:30. If you saw something strange, that's likely what it was. You can continue to watch the night sky because we have the Perseid meteor showers taking place tonight, too. I think that might be another reason why so many folks were out. Today, high temperature, 94. This is the 10th day this year that we've been in the 90s. That's double our yearly average. This comes to an end tomorrow. We've got a cold front on the way. This is going to create some rainfall. Not everybody gets rain, but some of us do. Gusty winds. There's not a lot of ingredients in the atmosphere for strong storms. We're missing wind shear. But again, we could have a few thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. You can download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. If we get any alerts, we'll pass them along. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, nice and quiet. It's humid out there tonight. It's going to feel very humid tomorrow, but the humidity does back off as we head into the rest of the week. We're tracking a cold front moving in from the west. This is going to bring us some scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, and that front will arrive late in the day. Tonight, it's warm. A good night for the air conditioner. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 60s. Tomorrow, we start out with sunshine. First part of the day looks nice. Cold front arrives. Scattered storms are expected. Not everybody gets wet. Some of us do. Some of us could see some locally heavy rain, and we definitely could use it. We haven't had any rainfall this month at all at Griffiths and Rome. Again, tomorrow we have a chance. Tomorrow night, the weather starts to quiet down. Thursday, this front will slowly move to the east. Could see a shower early in the day. Otherwise, it's a quiet afternoon. Clear skies tonight, low of 67. Tomorrow, chance of a thunderstorm. We put an end to the heat wave, 86 for the high. But again, it's still going to be a very warm and humid day. And it might feel like 90. I hate those days. It feels like 90, but it's not 90. Can it just be 90?
It would be great if it was.
All right, rant over. Temperatures in the 80s for the rest of the week. Sunshine Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday's a warm day, too. Thunderstorms return Sunday.
I knew when we started getting some pictures and emails into the station, I said, that's not a UFO. Bill's going to know exactly what it was. And when you popped up on the screen, you're like, oh, yeah, that's Falcon Rocket.